So good morning, and thanks for being here this morning. It's nice to see you guys. I've been feeling like my yogis are really far away, and the studio just feels like it's just sitting down there empty. It's just a little bit weird. So this morning, what I'd like us to work on when you're in your practice is this idea of being with whatever is coming up. And I'd like us to gain enough awareness during our practice so that we can actually kind of see what's happening without being in the middle of it. So, you know, whether it's something in your body that you're feeling, or your mind, or your heart, you know, a thought, an emotion, being able to gain enough awareness that you can kind of step back and see the thought or see the feeling and not be the feeling or be the thought. And yet at the same time, it's not about pushing it away. So it's about being with it and being with it with awareness. So I'd like to start with a mantra, and this is a mantra from my teacher. It's a Ganesha mantra, and the kind of the short translation is that I open myself to receive those teachings that reveal the light of knowledge in me. So I'll go ahead and sing it. If you want to close your eyes and just get comfortable in your seat and take a few deep breaths all the way down into your belly. Ganesha Graham Extrava Yogi Rashi Rupani Denim Mantrana Yomi Matra Kampita Rupani Ganesha Graham Extrava Yogi Rashi Rupani Denim Mantrana Yomi Matra Kampita Rupani Ganesha Grahan Extrava Yogi Rashi Rupani Denim Mantrana Yomi Matra Kampita Rupani. So take a moment to drop inside of yourself and to feel that part of yourself that is that deepest, strongest, most resilient self. Feel down and deep, down into your belly. And then take a moment to notice what's coming up for you. What's been coming up today or this last night, this week. The emotions, the thoughts, the physical body. Good, and then take a moment to set an intention for your practice. To stay present to what is happening. And to stay present from that place of presence and awareness. Just realizing that you're not your thought, and you're not your emotion, and you're not your body. You're something deeper. Having this human experience right now. So I'd like to have us come onto our backs and just take a moment on your back to relax. Bring your feet to the floor so your knees are bent. And bring your hands to your belly and spread your hands out so you're covering your belly with your hands. And just begin to notice your breathing as you're breathing naturally. Whatever that breath feels like this morning, allow your belly to soften enough that you can feel the breath coming down into your belly. On your inhale, you feel your belly expand. On your exhale, your belly softens. And letting your mind come down into the belly with your breath. So bringing our mind into our body a little bit more. Whatever is going on, you can always come back to it if you need to at the end of your practice. Begin to breathe more consciously here. So I'm going to ask you to deepen your breath to maybe a 4-count breath or 5-count breath. Maybe half of your breath capacity. Begin to feel that deeper breath. Your belly's expanding a little bit more now. And on your exhale, you begin to engage your belly. Just squeeze it back towards your spine. On your inhale, you allow your belly to soften and fill. As your diaphragm drops down, your belly fills, even your pelvic floor releases. On your exhale from your navel, pull back. Feel your lower belly engage. You might even feel your pelvic floor, the floor of your pelvis lift a little bit. Let's take 5 more breaths here. Really conscious. Equal in length. Can you smooth your breath? Really getting in touch with this place of your belly. This is the center of your body, such a place of strength. Gives us balance. And then come back to your natural breath. Take a moment to just feel your natural breath. And then when you're ready, you roll over to your side and come back up into your seat. You do a few rounds of Kapalabhati breathing, and I think you're all familiar, the ones that are here, but if you're not, it's this focused breath from your navel, forceful exhale, short, quick exhales. So We'll do 2 rounds, and the first round we're going to hold after inhale. After we do about 30 seconds of Kapalabhati, we're going to hold. So we're going to breathe in, we'll bring our hands overhead, we'll interlace our fingers and really lift up and hold the breath in our chest and our belly. And then release. And the second round we're going to hold after exhale. So we'll do our 30 seconds of Kapalabhati, then we'll take another inhale and exhale fully and kind of leaning forward but keeping your front body long. As you exhale, pull your belly back and up and hold your breath here and we'll tuck our chin just a little bit. And if you know Uddiyana Bandha, you could do it in that hold. Okay, so the first hold is inhale, and that's really about filling and bringing light down into your belly. So if you're, as you're doing that, really feel your belly fill in your chest, this energy of life. You know, it's like the sun behind me is in your belly. And then on your exhale, as we bring our navel back and up, is more of a cleansing. It's like we're massaging, we're waking up our internal parts in our energy body. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Close your eyes, please. And just bring your hands to rest on your thighs. If you want to, you could bring your thumb and your pointer finger together. Take a deep breath in, all the way down to your belly. And as you exhale, engage your belly, squeeze it back towards your spine. Inhale another deep breath. And exhale, engaging your navel. Your next inhale is comfortable. You can begin your Kapalabhati. And exhale your breath. Good. Nice deep breath in. Start to bring your arms overhead. Hold your breath at the top of your inhale. Interlace your fingers and turn them inside out. And reach up as tall as you can through your hands, through your crown, and see if you can sip in a little bit more air. Drop your chin towards your throat a little bit. And then as you're holding this energy of prana, see if you can also kind of lift up from the earth, through the floor of your pelvis into your belly. Only holding as long as you're comfortable. And when you're ready, you can exhale, release the arms and the breath. And take 3 breaths just to adjust. Noticing how you feel. And we begin our second round with a hold after exhale at the end. Deep breath in. And we begin. And exhale. Take a deep, full breath in, finding that length in your spine again. And then leaning forward, fingertips to the floor, exhaling. As you exhale, pulling your navel back and up. If you know Uddiyana Bandha, you're going to suck that belly back and up a little bit more. familiar with the panda, and just holding your breath with your belly button. And bring your gaze in. When you're ready to release your belly first, and then your breath can come back in and you can sit back up. Take those 3 breaths and just notice how you feel. So I'd like to do that whole round again. The first round, hold after inhale. Second round, hold after exhale. So we'll begin by taking a deep breath in and begin your Kapalabhati. And exhale. Deep, full breath into your belly. Arms are coming overhead. We're inhaling and filling, holding the breath, turning the hands inside out, the fingers interlaced. Really reaching up through your palms and your spine, through the crown of your head. And gently drop your chin towards your throat. And feel the energy of that prana in your chest and your belly. Now see if you can lift up as if you're gathering earth energy up through the floor of your pelvis and bringing that into your belly. Prana of the earth. And let your mind rest in that spacious moment that you're feeling the prana. When you're ready, you can release, arms come down. 3 breaths to adjust. Noticing how you feel. Okay, one more round. Nice deep breath in. And we begin Kapalabhati. And exhale. Inhale, deep breath. Lean forward, fingertips to the floor, keeping your front body long. Exhale completely. Navel pulls back and up. Chin dropping and lifting the earth into your belly again. Through your pelvis. And if you can draw the belly back and up a little bit more, it's like you try to take a breath while you're not breathing. Try to take a breath in. The more you can lengthen and stretch your front body, the more you're going to get out of that wanda. Remember, release your belly first, and then you can breathe and take that breath in. Come back to your seat. Take those 3 breaths. Okay, so let's come back onto our backs again. Just facing your head to the top of your mat. Take a moment to relax. You can have your feet on the floor, your knees bent, or you can have your legs straight. See what's comfortable for you. Taking a moment to notice what's going on around you. So maybe the sounds that you hear, motion, sensations in your body, how your clothing touches your body, your back touches the floor. Maybe the sunlight coming in the room. And bring your awareness back in. If you want to put your hands back on your belly, you can, if that helps. Feel your breath inside a little bit deeper. Breathe in the breath coming into the belly. And as you breathe out, the belly contracting. Good, and then now relax. Go ahead and take a stretch, arms overhead. Reach into your fingers, reach into your toes. Good, stretch like a morning stretch. And exhale, relax. Bring your knees into your belly. And we're going to keep our palms by our sides here. So the feet are resting near your sit bones and your knees in your belly. Go ahead and breathe out. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Find your belly again. One more breath. Good. Take a breath in here. And now as you breathe out, we're going to push our heels up and take our arms overhead. And really pushing up into your heels, your feet are active. And then as you inhale, bring your feet back to your sit bones and your palms back by your side. Inhale. Exhale, we lift. Inhale, knees come back into the belly, palms by your side. And exhale, we push up. So start to find your comfortable, deeper, more conscious breath. Maybe that's a breath of 4 or 5 counts. Exhale, navel pulling back to your spine. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, knees to your belly, palms by your side. Exhale, reach into your hips, reach up into your fingertips. Inhale, one more time, and this time as you exhale and come into it, we stay. So nice long stretch of your spine up to your crown and into your fingers. And reach up into your heels and spread your toes. And come back to your breath in your belly. Still that conscious breath, that 4 or 5 count breath. Each time you breathe in, you feel the energy coming in, chest, belly. Inviting in the light, the energy of the sun. And then as you're exhaling, you bring your navel back, you're engaging, you're reconnecting to that deeper part of yourself. And at the same time, really feeling your sacrum on the ground. And as you exhale the navel back, draw some of that earth energy up in through your pelvis, toward your belly. Feeling the strength of the earth. One more breath. And You can release on an exhale, bring your arms back down, your feet to the floor. Just good. Roll through your right side. Let's come over and up to the top of our mats. Find your mountain pose. Feet are under your hips here. And rock a little front to back, just so you can find that even balance in your feet, from the balls of your feet to your heels. And as you do this, I want you to really feel into the ground again, in the earth. And an opportunity to get out into nature a few times this week, and it just made such a difference. Just feeling the earth and the ground and connecting. So drawing down into the earth, maybe taking a deep breath down in to your belly and maybe down all the way into the earth. And then as you exhale, drawing the earth energy up through your feet into your belly. Let's take 2 more breaths like that. Deep breath down into the belly.
Peach, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I got this emergency thing on my phone, and then I can't hear her now. Hmm.
Hold. Exhale. This down dog. Take your time to adjust and then find a more still. Take 5 breaths. One more breath. Bend your right knee and heel step it forward. Exhale left foot. And inhale. Exhale hands to prayer. Inhale the arms up. Exhale sink. Left foot. Inhale. Pause your breath to blink. And exhale knees, chest or chaturanga. Down dog. And again 5 smooth breaths. Finding stillness in your pose. So you can feel down into the earth with your feet. The earth with your hands. Lifting your hips higher. Lifting from your inner thighs. Feeling your breath in your belly. One more breath. Bend your left knee. Inhale forward. Look up. Exhale your right foot. Inhaling up. Exhaling prayer. One more round. Inhale. And exhale. Let you roll through this on your own. And 5 breaths and down dog. This down dog, open your eyes if they've been closed. And bring your gaze straight down. Noticing your breath in your belly. Step the right foot. To pause. Mountain pose. Close your eyes for this one. Drop down in. let's come onto our backs and relax again in Shavasana. You can have your feet on the floor, or you can have your legs stretched out straight. Come back to your breath. Bring your feet to the floor and your palms by your sides. And gently lift your hips and lengthen your tailbone instead of. And take both feet up straight. Look for the belly working. So lift your head, draw your chin in. As you set your head back down, your neck down. Exhale your breath. Inhale, lower your right leg. Elbows to the floor. And exhale and lift up. Inhale the left leg. Exhale. Inhale right. Exhale. Inhale left. Exhale. So keep going, finding that smooth breath, conscious, a little bit deeper breath. Each time you exhale, engage your belly, especially below your navel. So your lower belly is flattening and kind of knitting in toward the center. If you want to go a little bit deeper, a little bit stronger with this, as you lower your leg, you can take your arms overhead. And then as you exhale the leg up, the arms back down. One more on each side. And after you come through that left side, bring your knees into your belly, hug them in, and relax. Rock out your sacrum a little bit if you need to. Good. From here, bring your palms by your side. We'll keep our feet off the floor, knees into your belly. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, push your feet away. And you're pushing your feet down to the ground and straightening your legs just above the ground. And then lifting up. So we exhale, knees in, push away. Inhale. Make a big circle. Exhale. Squeeze your shins together as you do this. So it's like your knees are together, your thighs are together. You're moving as one unit. Exhaling, engaging the low belly. And just noticing your chin, drawing it into your throat, lengthen the back of your neck. Let's do 3 more. And we'll finish up, knees into your belly and relax again. And stretch out into Shavasana. Take a moment to relax and just notice the sensations you feel in your belly. Relax. Feel the ground, feel the earth holding you. Each time you inhale, you're breathing in the light of the sun. Each time you exhale, feel the earth. Feel as you settle into the earth, you can also draw the earth up into you. And come back. Bring your feet to the floor. Put your knees into your belly. Good. We'll roll to our right side. Now we're going to come over to child's pose. Knees together for this child's pose and resting your forehead either on the floor or on your hands. Taking a moment here to feel the ground again. And I just love this pose. I find it to be really nurturing, and I think part of it is just that fetal position and coming into yourself. And also that you're on the solid earth and you can surrender. We're going to stay here about a minute. See what you can let go of here as far as tension in your body, maybe even thoughts drifting out of your forehead. Just releasing behind your heart, your shoulder blades dropping in. And feeling your breath relax. Just that smooth, natural breath. Come back to your breath. So I'm going to let you choose come into dolphin pose or like a headstand prep. So interlacing your fingers and bringing your head to the floor. And lifting your hips, or if you have a headstand practice and you want to come into your headstand practice, you can do that. So first, just making sure that your elbows start out a little narrower than your shoulders. And when you bring your head to the floor, if you're going to do that, headstand prep or headstand, then bringing the crown to the floor and the back of the head to the hands. And we all start in the same way with the hips. Press into the elbows and the floor. Drawing the shoulder blades together. Spread your toes and lift your heels here to the ceiling. conscious breath. Maybe that's 4 or 5 deep breaths. Meaningfully the breath in your body. And when you decide to come out of your pose, we'll come back to child's pose. And just relax in child's pose. Good, okay, so come back up to 4s from child's pose. And just find a nice table here. I'm just going to release the neck a little bit. So as you broaden your collarbones, let your head hang. Just the weight of the head. So you're not trying to push your head down or in, just letting it hang. Taking some breaths into the back of the neck. And if you want to look over to a shoulder, you can. And draw it back down, let your head hang to the other side. Do that a few times. And then next time you look over to your right shoulder, just stay. Take a breath. And release, same thing on the other side. Take a breath. And come back to center. Good. Bring your gaze up and we'll come back onto our backs. We're going to rest in Shavasana. Just let that pose sink in a little bit. Come back to your breath in your belly. Each time you breathe in the sunlight, that powerful fire. Without the sun, we wouldn't have life on this planet. Without that sun in your belly, there's no life in your body. No prana. Breathe it in. Like you're thirsty for oxygen. As you exhale, relax. Let the ground support you. Come back. Take a breath in, stretch overhead. That feels good here. You can hook your knees into your belly. We're going to find our way to bridge pose. We're going to move in and out here a bit. So bring your feet to the floor. Hip distance apart. And comfortable distance from your sit bones. And bring your palms by your side. Take a deep breath in. Out. Inhale, lift your hips, take your arms overhead. And exhale, roll down. So do that again. Find a 5 count breath. Inhaling up, 5 counts. Arms overhead, hips lift. And exhaling 5 counts down. And do that again, 5 count breath. Now trying a 6 count breath. Breathing in 6. Hips lift, arms overhead. And breathing out 6. And again, 6 count breath. Take that 6 count breath again and come back into your bridge pose. And we'll stay. So you can bring your arms back down, keep your hips high. Bring your palms to the floor, and walk those arms under and interlace. Come back to your 6 count breath, finding that equal breath. And each time you breathe in, prana, bring in that prana in. Feel your chest. Livening lungs, heart. And as you exhale, feel the strength in your pose. Feel where your feet touch, your arms. The strength of your hips lifting. You can press your head gently to the floor. And take 3 more breaths here. And releasing on your exhale, come down and rest. Legs outstretched. Relax. Notice what you feel. Notice what's going on around you, and tuning into sounds, waves of air. And even as you're tuning into what's going on around you, can you stay connected to your breath in your belly? Come back. Bring your feet to the floor. We're going to lift our hips and bring our hands under for Asana, fish pose. So arms are straight, lower your hips onto your hands, and then stretch your legs out straight. Squeeze your shins together. Keep squeezing those shins as you come up onto your elbows. Just find your center on your mat. Always find them a little crooked, so when you drop your head back, just notice if you're in the center of your mat. So you can find your alignment. Feel the crown of your head on the floor. Squeeze your shins together powerfully. So if you want a little more action in this pose, you can always lift your legs about 18 inches. Keep squeezing your shins. And remember that we want to keep those shoulder blades drawing into the back so we're not putting weight on the find your breath. Such a great pose for bringing in the breath and really clearing out your lungs. Taking those breaths down into the bottom of your lungs. And then as you're ready, lift your head and come out. Walk your arms out and take a little bit of a shavasana here. So maybe a full minute and a half to really let yourself go. With each breath, feel your breath coming more effortless, the body more effortless. Letting go of whatever that part of that last pose you were attached to or the one before that. Coming back to your breath. Swell your chest after a fish pose. It's that open, clear chest. When you're ready, come back to your breath. And move, take a stretch. Bring our knees back into our belly. We're going to reach behind the knees now to that crease and just rock front to back. Get a little movement while we're squatting here. If this doesn't feel good to you, just roll to your side and come up to your seat that way. And then we'll find our way up. And if you're not facing, turn around and face. And you're going to come into a really gentle forward bend here. So it's like a diamond. Feet are a good distance away. And always knowing that if you need a little bit of support, if your hamstrings or hips are feeling a little tight, you can put that blanket under your hips. And if you need a little support under your knees, you can do this. You're going to use this to be a bit of a restorative pose. I didn't bring my block out, but if you have your block, use a bolster. Having something to rest your head on. So as you fold forward here, wiggling your sit bones back, and then however you can, if it's possible, to rest your forehead, it just makes the pose a little more soothing, a little bit more nurturing. So make those final adjustments, and then stay here about 3 minutes. So you have some nice time to just settle into your forward bend. Find your even breath. You can feel into your breath and see, what does a 4 count breath feel like? If I were to go to a 5 count breath, would that create tension? Could I be with a 5 count breath? You're just finding the length that is good without creating tension. And then become a part of that breath. Each time you breathe in nurturance, love. Each time you breathe out, trust. The in-breath, just offering yourself compassion for whatever's been coming up. Holding that part of yourself that's needing to be held. Maybe it's that part of yourself that you resist and say, I shouldn't be this way. Instead, give her permission or him permission to just be and hold with compassion. There's no wrong feeling. And finding that trust. Who can you trust? You can feel into the outside things you can trust. But more importantly, feeling into that deeper part of yourself. And this is really where the trust comes from. We'll take 5 more breaths here. and slowly finding your way back up to a seat. You can slide any props you have off your mat. And stretch your legs out, shake them out a little bit. And take your sit bones and broaden them and bring them back again. Bring your feet and legs together, squeeze your shins. Inhale the arms overhead. I'm going to keep those arms overhead. And just for a few breaths here, as you inhale, really lengthening your spine, reaching up through the upper spine, up through your crown. And as you exhale, engaging your belly back towards your spine again. Just 3 more breaths like that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale the navel back. Good. And now with that nice long spine, take another breath in. And we're going to fold out over. And as you inhale, come back up. So those same principles. As you exhale, pull your navel back, fold. And as you inhale, lengthen your upper spine. And 3 more like that. Exhale, find your breath, that 5 count breath now. Equal breath. Equal breath is super effective in calming your mind. One more. In and out. Feel that length in your spine, and we're going to fold back forward. And wherever you reach, maybe it's your toes. You grab your big toes with your first 2 peace fingers, or maybe it's behind your ankles or your calves. Wherever you grab, you're going to pull back until your arms are straight. We want to create a nice flat back here. And one way to do that is to really just lengthen your front body. Lengthen the back of your neck just by drawing your chin in a little bit towards your throat. We'll find stillness here. This is an active pose in the sense that we're pulling back, we're lengthening our front body. Really attentive to that conscious breath. 5 count breath in, 5 count breath out. And the other part of it that's active is that our awareness is there and we're holding stillness in our pose. Looking for that stillness inside of you. So go from outside to inside. Where is your center? Soften your gaze and close your eyes. Feel that stillness come into your eyes. See if you can still those little places that want to shake or where the muscles are getting a little bit tired. Breathe into those spots and find stillness there. Take 5 more breaths. Smooth, clear breaths. Feel the steadiness of your pose. And then on an exhale, you can release and just enjoy that forward bend for a few more breaths. And your inhale, slowly come up. Bring your hands by your hips and press up. Find that length in your spine again. 3 breaths here. Lift your chest. Bring your gaze eye level. From here, drag your hands back 4 or 6 inches. If you need your fists, you can use your fists. We're going to come into a reverse plank. So squeeze your shins together, spread your toes. Toes are active and moving toward the floor. We're not going to drop our head back here. We're just going to find length in the back of our neck. Lift your hips, squeeze your shins. And then if you'd like, you could do about a ½ minute of Kapalabhati here. It's up to you. You don't have to, but you can. And release. Shake out your wrists, your knees, your ankles. Good work, you guys. Okay, let's come onto our bellies. Do a little bit of back bending here, gentle back bending. So first, just find a restful pose here. Maybe stack your hands, turn your head to a side. And walk your legs together so your inner thighs are coming together and your big toes touch. And then just let your heels drop open. Notice your breath. Okay, come back, bring your head to center, and bring your hands back by your breastbone. We're gonna walk our feet about hip distance apart. And bring your forehead to the floor. So we wanna press the toenails into the floor and really make those legs active. So the knees lift off the floor. Feel your breath. We're going to take an inhale and lift up into cobra. And then exhale, come down, forehead to the floor. Walk your hands in a little bit more, a little closer. And again, inhale up. Legs are active. And exhale down. So now walk your hands a little closer and maybe back a little bit more. Inhale. Come up again. And exhale. 2 more times. We're getting into our deepest cobra here. We're using our back muscles as much as we can. So we're using a little bit of the hands here. But mostly back muscles, legs are active. We're going to come into it 1 more time. And we're going to stay for 5 breaths. So find your deepest cobra. Reactivate your legs. And then lift your navel towards your heart. Press your tailbone down. And see if you can soften your glutes. Last 2 breaths. Beautiful. Come down. Relax. This is sassafras. She likes to have the attention. Turn your head to a side. Walk those legs together again. Big toes touch, heels fall open. And just relax. Good, and come back to center. So we're going to practice a classic Salambhasana now. So we'll bring our hands back by our hips, and you're welcome to walk them under. In fact, if you can, for this first part, walk them under so that you can rest your pelvis on your hands. Maybe even your hands are down by your inner thighs. And your chin's on the floor. Bring your feet together again and let your heels drop open. We're just going to rest here, just for about half a minute. We'll come back to that conscious breath you've been breathing. It's a 6-count breath. Good. Okay, so if you need to adjust your arms here so that you don't feel so much pressure on your forearms, you can walk your arms out a little bit. And we're just going to lift our legs, opposite legs. So on an inhale, we lift up our right leg. And then exhale, drop it down. And then inhale, lift the left. And exhale. And do that 2 more times each side. The next time, like that 4th time you come to your right side, we'll stay. You lift your leg. If you want to create a little kickstand with your left leg, you can. So it's like you bend your left knee and rest your knee or your shin on top of that kickstand. Release. A lot of airplanes coming over today for some reason. Must be private planes. Okay, come back. Other side. Make your kickstand. Good, and then release. So now we want to bring our hands to where we can come into the full pose. So for me, that means interlacing and bringing my hands down between my inner thighs. The chin stays on the floor. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Squeeze your shins together and your heels together. Nice deep breath in and exhale completely. Deep breath in and exhale. One more deep breath. And as you exhale, come into your full pose, Salambhasana. So you're lifting both legs up. Squeeze your shins and heels together. Find your breath. You decide how many breaths you're going to stay. And then bring yourself into that equal breathing. And then as you're ready, release and bring your arms out and make a pillow and turn your head the opposite that you did after Cobra. Good, and then come back. So practice a little Dhanurasana, like an Ardha Dhanurasana. So bring our left hand out in front. And we're gonna reach back and grab our right shin or our right ankle. You start with your forehead on the floor. And come up onto your left fingertips. Good, so as you lift your chest, forehead, you're gonna kick your right shin back and bring your right foot on the ceiling or the sky. Put that knee into center, that right knee hugs in. Breathe, breathe into your belly. Good, and then we release. We're gonna try the other side. Right arm out in front. Grab your left ankle or shin. And inhale up, chest. If you can get that thigh off the ground and then kick your shin back, reach your foot to the sky. You probably have one side stronger than the other. Nice deep breaths into your belly. Good, and then release. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna roll onto our side. And so you have a choice. You can grab your right ankle only and can you use your left hand to come onto your side like this? Right? And if you want to come in holding both feet, you can roll over. So most importantly is that we want to be on the front of our shoulder, our right shoulder. So we're actually on the front of the shoulder. And we want to keep our head off the ground. So our neck's in a line. And just like in our regular Dhanurasana, we need to keep those shins back into our hands. Draw your shoulder blades together. And maybe even looking up, like you're looking up toward that, above that right shoulder. And your breath. Three more breaths on this side. So from here, if you're brave and you want to just roll right over to the other side, you can. Or you can release and come back onto your belly. And gently grab your left ankle and roll over, come onto the front of your left shoulder. And if you can, you grab your right foot. If you can't, that's okay. Just, if you can't reach that foot, just bend it and bring it back. You can even keep your right hand out in front here like that. Remember, your head's off the ground and you're just gonna gently look up if that's okay with your neck. And kick your shins back. Where's your breath? Last 3 breaths. Good, and release. Wow, that's a deep one. So let's come onto our bellies, and you decide here, but if it's okay with you to stay on the tops of your feet coming into plank pose, you can squeeze your heels together and come onto the tops of your feet. So it's just like a regular plank, but you're on the tops and you want to squeeze your heels together. Or regular plank is fine too. Find your breath. You come back into a nice steady pose. Inner thighs lift. Gaze at the top of your mat. Good. Drop your heels. Take a few breaths in child's pose. And then slowly sit up. So if you're okay sitting on your heels here, you can stay here. But if you want to, you could also sit cross-legged. You could sit with a blanket under your seat if you want to. Just gonna work into a little bit of a twist here, hands on our shoulders, soft. And it's just this rotating from the mid-back. And if you can find your breath here, it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Through your nostrils. Keep going. It's important to keep your lower back centered here. So we're really not moving from our lower back. We're just moving from the ribs. Bring your gaze center, keep going. Just another 30 seconds or so. So you're looking center, your head's not turning. And you're finding that length, your spine is like your center, right? Your center pole that you're moving on here. And release, and just take a moment and rest your hands and close your eyes and feel center. Come back to your breath. Good. So however you're seated, we're going to bring our left hand to the floor and just take a nice big inhale and lean over to the left and look under our right armpit and take 3 breaths. Feel your right lung. Switch sides, right hand, left arm lifts. Look under your left armpit. Good, and come back. Okay, so let's come onto our backs. Face your head at the top of your mat, please. And we're going to come back to how we started our practice. So you're lying on your back with your knees bent. We're just going to rest our hands on our belly. So spread your fingers out. And just start to notice your breath again. It's that natural breath. Feeling that as you inhale, your belly rises. Exhale, the belly falls. As you inhale, you're bringing in sunlight, energy, rejuvenation. And as you exhale, you relax. You let go. Surrender. From here, we'll move into our final Shavasana. And so if you want to keep your hands on your belly, you can. Maybe take your arms out to the side and just stay connected to that breath in your belly. Make your final adjustments. Your feet flop open. And Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And just feel yourself surrendering to the earth, giving your body to the earth. Next time you breathe in, breathe down to your toes. Feel your toes, the soles of your feet, your ankles relax. Toes, soles of your feet, ankles relax. Your toes, feet, and ankles are relaxed. Feel your shins, calves, knees. Shins, calves, and knees. Shins, calves, and knees are relaxed. Feel your thighs, hamstrings, hips, pelvis. Thighs, hamstrings, hips, and pelvis. Thighs, hamstrings, hips, pelvis are relaxed. Feel your lower belly, middle belly, upper belly. Lower, middle, upper belly. Lower belly, middle belly, and upper belly are relaxed. Feel your chest, shoulders, arms, hands. Chest, shoulders, arms, hands. My chest, shoulder, arms, and hands are relaxed. Feel your lower spine, middle spine, upper spine. Lower spine, middle spine, upper spine. My lower, middle, and upper spine are relaxed. Your throat, your neck, your skull, throat, neck, skull. My throat, neck, and skull are relaxed. Feel your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and skin. Eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and skin. Eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and skin are relaxed. Feel your brain, your brain. Your brain is relaxed. Feel your heart and lungs and internal organs. Heart, lungs, internal organs. My heart, lungs, internal organs are relaxed. Feel your whole body, inside, outside, whole body. My whole body is relaxed. Come back to your breath. Staying still in your body. Feel your breath. Just begin to notice your breath in your nostrils. The next time you breathe in, notice your breath in your right nostril. And breathing out the left nostril. Breathing in the left. Breathing out the right. Just continue for about a minute, alternating your awareness, your breath. Breath relaxed. Come back to your breath. Feel your breath with both nostrils. Take a moment to check in and notice how you feel. Feel your body fully. Begin to tune into what's around you, sounds, flows of air. Before we roll and wake up our body, just take a moment to see if you can feel both. Feel your body fully. Feel what's happening around you. And feel both at the same time, both equally in your awareness. Finding that space between the two. Take a deep breath in and out. Come back into your body. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Take your time, stretch, whatever you need, and then roll onto your right side. Find your way up to a seat. And as you settle into your seat, I'd like you to just do that one more time, feeling into awareness, so noticing your breath. Feeling your body fully. Feeling into the space around you. Your eyes closed. You can still feel, hear sounds. See if you can feel both at the same time. Your body fully and what's going on around you. It has to be a feeling place, not a thinking place. Just one more time, feel into your body. Just feel the body, feel the space your body occupies. Fully feel your body. And now this time, open your eyes and notice what you see. And fully take in what you see in front of you, around you. You can look around. Shapes, colors, sounds, all of it. And now with your eyes open, coming back to center, feeling both again. Feeling your body, the space it occupies, all that you can take in through your five senses. Feeling both equally. Five senses and your body, you. Back to your breath in your belly. Bring our hands to prayer. At your heart. Maybe we could chant all together 3 times. First, just taking a deep breath in and exhaling completely. We'll chant together. Drop your chin to your chest. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for being here this morning, choosing to practice with me this morning. Hope you have a great weekend. Happy Easter. I hope you feel rebirth, sunshine. Next Zoom class is Monday night, 5:30.
Thank you. Happy Easter.
I loved that you were outside. The kitties and the bird noises made me really happy.
What'd you say?
I said I loved that you were outside. The bird noises and the kitties made me really happy.
Oh, I'm glad you could hear the birds. I wondered because I can hear them. They're like coming so much now.
It was
Yeah, my
kinds.
There were
Yeah.
times they drowned
and
you
my
out.
kitties had a little scuffle. Did you hear them?
I didn't hear that. No.
They had a little fight at like about the middle. Anyway, I'm glad you were able to join.
Yeah. Thank you.
That was great.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Yeah. Hope to see you again maybe Monday.
Bye.
See ya. Have a good weekend.
You too.